My beloved child, pause for a moment and let my words settle deep within your heart. For I have seen your every step, your silent tears, and your joyful laughter, and I want you to know that you are precious in my sight, forever cherished, and never out of my reach, no matter where you roam. I am the one who fashioned you with care, breathing life into your soul, instilling within you a spirit that longs for truth and love, and I desire to fill every corner of your being with the warmth of my presence. Do not doubt my nearness, because the very air around you carries my whispered comfort. And I stand with you in every season, through every trial, steadfast and unchanging. Yes, I am the rock upon which you can stand when you feel the ground tremble beneath you, the faithful companion who holds you when you are weary, and the shield that surrounds you when darkness attempts to swallow your hope. Trust in my voice, for I am eager to guide your steps toward the light. And remember always that your future is secured in my hands, awaiting abundant blessings and beautiful tomorrows. I am always by your side, and when the world feels frightening or uncertain, cling to the promise that my heart will never fail you, for my steadfast love knows no boundary. You might wonder if I truly see your pain, or if I hear your most urgent pleas in the stillness of midnight, but I assure you that my gaze never strays from you, and my ears are ever open to your cry. You are the apple of my eye, beloved beyond measure, and your life is intertwined with my plan. So do not assume that you walk alone in the shadows, because my hand upholds you through every twist and turn. Even in your weakest moments, you will find my strength surging within you, giving you courage to face obstacles that once seemed insurmountable. For I am your unfailing anchor, able to stabilize you in the fiercest storms. Rise with confidence in this truth, and let hope flourish in your heart, for I am here, ready to unfold new chapters of grace and victory in your life. Let these words settle gently in your soul, like a refreshing stream that quenches your deepest thirst, for I long to drench you in divine mercy and sweet assurance that you are never cast aside or forgotten. My devotion to you is stronger than the mightiest wave, and my goodness extends far beyond the furthest horizon, reaching you exactly where you stand today. I speak life into your weary bones and illumination into the darkest corners of your mind, promising that even though the road may appear dim, I illuminate each step, one moment at a time, so you do not stumble in confusion. Remember that I formed you with unmatched intention, placing gifts, desires, and dreams within you that resonate with heaven's melody. So do not bury your aspirations under layers of doubt or fear. Instead, cling to my voice and move forward, confident that each new dawn holds a fresh outpouring of blessings waiting to embrace you. Take heart in the truth that you are not simply another face in the crowd, because in my eyes you shine with unique radiance, fashioned for purpose, created for destiny, and gifted to bring light into the world. I delight in who you are, and no mistake, no flaw, no misstep can erase the eternal significance I have placed within you, for your worth is anchored in my eternal love. My spirit hovers around you like a gentle breeze, reminding you that you are covered, protected, and saturated in a grace that can soften even the hardest of hearts. Accept my invitation to walk each day by faith, trusting in the divine tapestry I am weaving through your life, even when the threads seem tangled or your vision is clouded by tears. Keep your eyes fixed on me, and know that I am orchestrating every detail for your good, guiding you forward into a future filled with hope and abundance. I rejoice over you with singing because you are a treasure in my kingdom, a bright and beautiful reflection of my boundless creativity. And every time you open your heart to me, angels celebrate in the heavenly realms. You may wonder how such joy could be reserved for you, yet my word tells you that you are fearfully and wonderfully made, an intricate masterpiece shaped by my own hand. There is no part of your being that escapes my attention, and there is no season of your journey that I do not carefully oversee, for I have held you in my embrace from your very first breath. When weariness drapes over you like a heavy cloak, come and find rest in my presence. For there is no burden too heavy that I will not lift from your shoulders, nor any sorrow too deep that I will not console. Let your spirit be elevated by this truth. You are adored, your life has astonishing value, and your story matters. You might look around and see only ordinary days and mundane tasks, wondering whether your existence truly impacts the grander scheme of things. But I assure you, your life echoes with significance far beyond what you can see. I have implanted a calling within your heart, a divine stirring that beckons you to step out in faith, to love others generously, to speak words of encouragement, and to shine with the brilliance of my peace. No act of kindness goes unnoticed. No humble prayer remains unheard. And even your quiet hope in the face of adversity testifies of my glory in ways you cannot fully comprehend. I watch over your growth like a faithful gardener, pruning away the things that harm you, nurturing the seeds of faith, and patiently waiting for each flower of joy to unfold under the light of my grace. Stand firm in the knowledge that nothing is wasted in my kingdom, and that every chapter of your journey reveals my attentive love for you. Do not underestimate the magnitude of my delight in you, for I formed you, and I know the essence of your soul better than you know yourself. Seeing each flicker of potential, even when you doubt your worth. I see the silent prayers you have whispered into the night, the tears of frustration you have buried behind forced smiles, and the hidden dreams you have nearly given up on, and I yearn to breathe life into every corner of your heart. You are valued not for what you do, but for who you are in me, beloved and cherished, like a jewel that catches the sunlight and dazzles all who behold it. Reject the voices that belittle or diminish you, and lean instead on my unwavering truth, for I will never cease reminding you that you are made in my image, crafted for extraordinary things. So carry this knowledge with dignity and joy. You are my child, and I have created you with a meaningful and glorious purpose. I gaze upon you with unimaginable tenderness, knowing the gifts I have embedded within your spirit and the courage that you sometimes forget you possess, and I delight in the unfolding of your destiny. Each breath you take is infused with purpose, and each step you walk is guided by my wisdom, even when you feel lost or unsure, for I hold the map of your life in my mighty hand. Just as a shepherd tends to every need of the sheep, so do I watch over you, leading you to still waters, guarding you from predators of despair, and restoring your soul in moments of deep depletion. Take refuge in this gentle truth. You are neither abandoned nor orphaned, for my own spirit testifies that you belong to me, secure in my promise of eternal love. Receive my words and let them resonate through your every waking moment, empowering you to stand firm and greet the future with joyful confidence. Your worth in my kingdom is not a fleeting whim, but a foundational truth that stands firm across time. For before the foundations of the earth, I envisioned you, knit you together in your mother's womb, and pronounced you beloved. Even when you find yourself surrounded by noise and chaos, I remain the steady voice in your spirit, declaring that you are worthy, valued, and deeply adored, without condition or reservation. Let your heart open wide to the reality that you are never disqualified from my grace, no matter how many times you stumble or how far you stray, because my arms are always outstretched in welcome. When you doubt your place or wrestle with the shadows of unworthiness, remember that my son's sacrifice was made with you in mind, so that you would never walk alone again. Lift up your eyes, for in my presence you will discover unshakable hope, a refuge where you can flourish in the fullness of who you are meant to be. I take pleasure in seeing you grow, rejoicing with each small step toward understanding the depths of my kindness, and I celebrate every instance in which you choose faith over fear, letting my promises guide your path. The world may measure success in fleeting accolades or fragile accomplishments, yet my delight in you rests upon an eternal foundation, grounded in a bond that no earthly storm can destroy. You are far more than meets the eye, more radiant than any crown of jewels, and I call you to remember that your identity is hidden in me, shaped by my everlasting love and secured in my word. Seek my face, and I will reveal the marvel of who I am, drawing you into new levels of intimacy, so that your heart may beat in sync with mine, releasing compassion, healing, and joy wherever you go. Walk in this promise. My affection for you transcends all limitations, and I am pleased every moment you acknowledge my presence in your life. I know that in this world you face trials and uncertainties, moments that threaten to overshadow your light and snatch away your peace, yet I have seen every struggle that burdens your heart. You might pace the floors at night, worried about finances, health, or relationships, feeling as though a storm rages within. But take courage, for I am fully aware of your turmoil. Though you feel invisible to others, not a single concern of yours escapes my notice, and I hold each one with careful attention, eager to bring forth solutions and to strengthen you through the process. Remember that I have walked with my people in the wilderness, parted seas before them, quenched their thirst with water from a rock, and rained down provision in the form of bread from heaven. So do not think that your challenges are beyond my ability to intervene. Stand firm in the assurance that I see you, I hear you, and I am already at work to transform your tribulations into triumphs. You carry burdens that sometimes weigh like mountains, affecting your sleep, your smile, and your hope for tomorrow. But please believe me when I say that I am near, ready to shoulder your heaviest loads. I understand the ache of loneliness that settles over your spirit when friends or family seem distant, leaving you to navigate life's complexities on your own. But know that in those moments I stand closer than your very breath. There is no tear you shed that I do not see, no valley of sorrow I have not traversed on your behalf, and my presence brings consolation that the world cannot offer. When discouragement tries to bind your thoughts, remember that you are not abandoned, for I can turn each sorrow into a testimony of resilience, using your trials to showcase my strength through your life. Let your heart rest in this hope. I am the one who never slumbers, watching you with vigilance and compassion, determined to guide you through each challenge toward brighter days ahead. I know the painful sting of betrayal and the dread of uncertain paths. For my children have walked these roads since ancient times, and I have always been faithful to deliver those who trust me. Though you may feel crushed by heartbreak or disillusioned by broken promises, do not believe that this is the end of your story, for I am the master at crafting beauty from the ashes of disappointment. Take comfort in the testimonies of those who have gone before you, like Joseph who rose from the pit to the palace, or Ruth who found redemption in the midst of loss, for their narratives stand as reminders that I redeem every sorrow. Even when answers seem delayed and all you see is a dark horizon, I am forging a new path for you, invisible to the natural eye, but certain to unfold in my perfect timing. Let my faithfulness be your anchor, and never forget that I am weaving every thread of your experiences into a tapestry that will display my glory. There are moments when temptation lurks at every corner, moments when you may feel drawn to harmful escapes, fleeting pleasures, or distractions that numb the pain for a while, and I recognize the fierce battle waged within. However, I urge you not to lose yourself in guilt or shame, because I understand your weaknesses, and my grace is sufficient to cleanse, restore, and set you upright again. Do not fear the condemnation of the world, for my arms remain wide open, ready to welcome you back each time you stumble. just as the Father did for his prodigal child, celebrating your return with uncontainable joy. Resist the impulse to define your worth by your past mistakes, for I call you to stand on the foundation of my mercy, refusing to let regret dictate your future. Embrace the assurance that in my presence you have access to immeasurable forgiveness and the promise of a renewed heart. For I have seen your struggles, and I am committed to guiding you toward victory. In the silent hours when worry gnaws at your mind, conjuring images of what could go wrong, remember that I am the one who holds tomorrow in my hands, orchestrating events and aligning circumstances you cannot yet comprehend. While you might fret over possibilities beyond your control, my authority stretches across heaven and earth, weaving every element of your life into a purposeful design. Take heed not to let anxiety steal your joy, for I instruct you to cast all your cares upon me, believing that I care for you more deeply than you can imagine, and I stand ready to exchange your burdens for my peace. I am the calming presence in the eye of your storm, the voice that commands the winds and waves to be still, and I promise that you will find rest for your soul as you lean into my guidance. Turn your thoughts toward hope, and allow me to replace each ounce of fear with confident expectation, for I work all things together for your good. Do not assume that I am distant or disinterested, for I have walked beside you in the scorching heat of your trials, felt the thirst of your desperation, and tasted the salt of your tears, and I have never once abandoned you. Indeed, my spirit hovers over you, shielding you from unseen dangers, reminding you with every sunrise that mercy is new for you each morning, untainted by yesterday's troubles. I have made a covenant with you, sealed by a love that transcends time and space, and nothing can break the bond I have forged with your heart. Even when discouragement whispers that you are unworthy of rescue, I proclaim over you that you are my treasured possession, and I will not leave you to perish in despair. Embrace the promise that I cherish you deeply, and stand firm in the truth that my faithful protection extends to every corner of your life. The isolation you feel, the sense that no one truly understands the weight you bear, is a lie meant to convince you of your insignificance, but I expose that lie with my abiding presence, declaring that I know you intimately. Just as I formed Adam from the dust and breathed life into his lungs, I shaped you with my own hands, delighting in every nuance of your personality and every whisper of your heartbeat. I have never been far off, observing you from a distance. Rather, I have dwelled with you, shouldering your sorrows, capturing your tears in a bottle, and promising that the darkness will not overshadow the light I have placed within you. Like a loving parent who rushes to comfort a frightened child, I rush to your side whenever you call, reaffirming that you are never alone in the raging seas of affliction. Let hope prevail in your heart, for I stand with you as a fortress of reassurance, determined to bring you through every trial unscathed. You may have stumbled upon countless obstacles that tested your faith and shook your confidence, yet even through those detours, I have guided you, leaving no room for the devourer to claim victory over your life. When fear threatens to consume your joy, do not allow it to dictate the final word, for I am with you like a fortress that cannot be penetrated, and my promises are your unshakable ground. I have sealed you with my Holy Spirit, marking you as mine, and I will never hand you over to the forces that desire to rob you of your inheritance. Remember how I provided manna in the wilderness for my chosen people, day after day, sustaining them when all seemed lost. I will provide for you in much the same way, ensuring you lack no good thing. Rest in this assurance. My protection surpasses any assault that may come against you, and my watchful eyes never cease to guard your path. Though sometimes you walk through seasons of uncertainty, you need not be paralyzed by the unknown, for I go before you, preparing paths of redemption and forging roads of opportunity through deserts of hopelessness. Just as I parted the Red Sea for my children to walk on dry land, I can part the barriers in your life that seem impossible to cross, turning your greatest battles into testimonies of my saving grace. I am your refuge in the midst of chaos, the solid rock upon which you can firmly plant your feet when everything else around you crumbles, and I promise that your trust in me will never return void. When the enemy attempts to instill doubt, whispering that you are powerless or forgotten, let your spirit rise with confidence in my word, for I will uphold you with my mighty right hand. Rejoice in the certainty that I have a plan tailored for you, a strategy of deliverance and blessing ready to be revealed at the appointed time. Look to me when the storms gather, for I stand like a beacon of hope in the darkest night, drawing you closer with a light that no tempest can extinguish. I shelter you beneath my wings, covering you with divine mercy that shields your heart from the piercing arrows of despair and reminding you that no weapon forged against you will prosper. Believe me when I say that I contend on your behalf, pushing back the forces that seek to ensnare you, for I am zealous to keep you safe and secure in my love. Even when you cannot see beyond the clouds of your circumstances, know that I sit above the storm, orchestrating every raindrop for your ultimate good, ensuring that the storms you face now will water the seeds of future blessing. Hold tightly to my words, for I have declared you will emerge victorious, carrying a testimony of my steadfast protection that will inspire others to trust in my name. Do not fear the shadows lurking around you, for I am the light of the world, and darkness cannot stand in my presence. Cling to me, and you shall walk in clarity rather than confusion. When voices of hopelessness thunder in your mind, casting illusions of defeat, remember that I have promised never to forsake you, commanding courage to rise in your spirit with every beat of your heart. I have inscribed you upon the palm of my hand, and your walls are ever before me, meaning I cannot forget you nor overlook the details of your life, even for a moment. Though you may perceive threats on every side, my angels encamp around you, surrounding you with vigilance and power, ensuring you are guarded from snares that might otherwise entangle you. Let your heart resonate with peace, for my devotion to you is unwavering, and I will not fail to defend you when danger looms. Come and speak with me, child, for I long to hear your voice no matter how faint or tentative your prayers might be, and I delight in the honest outpouring of your heart. You need not dress your words in elaborate formality or perform rituals to capture my attention, because I see through to your innermost essence, and I value sincerity over perfection. Like a shepherd who listens for the bleat of a single sheep lost among the wilderness, I tune my ear to even the faintest cry from your lips, eager to respond with guidance and encouragement. Prayer is not merely a ritual or obligation, but a sweet communion between you and me, a moment when heaven touches earth and my spirit refuels your weary soul. Embrace this invitation to come before me, for I am here, ready to converse, to comfort, and to cover every broken place with my healing grace. When you whisper your fears to me or silently question your worth, know that I respond with a flood of reassurance, answering you through the gentle nudges of my spirit, through the wisdom of my word, and through moments of unmistakable peace. Do not think your voice gets lost in the din of the world, for I am near to all who call upon me in truth, and every concern of yours matters profoundly to me. Sometimes you may not perceive an immediate answer or see the evidence of my work right away, but rest assured that I am already moving behind the scenes, shaping outcomes and aligning circumstances for your good. Even if your faith feels as small as a mustard seed, I ask you to sow that seed in prayer, trusting me to nurture it into a mighty tree, bearing fruit of endurance and hope. Let every doubt be quieted by the knowledge that your prayers reach the throne of grace, and I, the Lord of all, am attentive to each word you speak. Do not fear that I will grow weary of you, for I never tire of your questions. Nor do I dismiss your anxieties as trivial, because a loving father longs for honest conversations with his child. When guilt tries to silence your pleas or shame attempts to convince you that you are unworthy of my attention, remember that my forgiveness is ever present, erasing transgressions and cleansing your soul from the stains of yesterday. Come boldly to me in prayer, with tears, with laughter, with confusion, or with celebration, because no emotion is foreign to me, and I am fully acquainted with the spectrum of the human heart. In my presence, you will find not condemnation, but acceptance and understanding, for the curtain of separation has been torn, granting you full access to my throne of grace through faith. Let your prayer life be a constant reminder that your cries are heard, your victories are noticed, and your spirit is refreshed by the steady stream of my love. Child, let me remind you of stories in my word where simple prayers sparked miraculous breakthroughs, proving that I do not require elaborate ceremonies, but a sincere heart willing to trust in my boundless power. When Elijah prayed for rain after a season of drought, I unleashed torrents of blessing from the sky, and when Hannah poured out her soul in anguish, I answered by giving her the child she had yearned for. Therefore, do not underestimate the significance of your petitions, and do not think my power has diminished with time, for I am still the same God who makes the impossible possible. Cast your anxieties upon me, knowing that the prayers of the righteous are potent, able to move mountains and unleash the might of heaven into the most hopeless of circumstances. Hold on to this promise. Your honest prayers will never go unanswered, and I will always respond in ways that reflect my perfect knowledge and unwavering devotion to you. I invite you into an ever-deepening relationship of trust, urging you to release your grip on worries that weigh you down, placing them into my capable hands where they can be transformed by my grace. When you say, "Lord, I cannot do this alone," I answer, "Fear not, for I am your strength." And when you cry out, "I do not understand," I speak into your heart. Lean not on your own understanding, for I guide your steps. Prayer is the divine exchange where your burdens become my responsibility, and my peace becomes your reality. So do not hesitate to approach me with audacity and faith, asking for what seems impossible. Look to me, and you will find the assurance that I remain actively engaged in your circumstances, shaping outcomes and opening doors you never thought would budge. As you call upon my name, rest in the certainty that I am painting your future with colors of hope and outlines of blessing. I have prepared a future overflowing with promise for you, a destiny where triumph outshines tribulation, and where faith blossoms into fulfillment far beyond what your eyes can now see. Though you may pass through valleys, I assure you that none of these shadowed paths are permanent dwellings, for I am leading you toward mountaintops of gladness and horizons of possibility. Open your heart to the vision of better days yet to come, days when your testimony of perseverance will illuminate the darkness for others seeking my light. If you find yourself tempted to give up, recall that my plans stand unshaken by earthly changes, and that I weave every disappointment into a story of redemption, turning tears into pearls of wisdom that sparkle with my grace. Take courage, for I am constantly shaping the chapters ahead, ushering you from strength to strength, determined to see you thrive in the fullness of the life I offer. Even now, I am unlocking doors that have been closed before you, creating opportunities in the midst of impossibilities, and designing new beginnings where you once only saw dead ends. My hand is never too short to rescue, and my power is not bound by human limitation. So set your gaze upon the horizon of my faithfulness, expecting divine intervention in places that seem void of hope. I smile when you dream with me, for I have placed those dreams in your heart. and I cherish the moment when your trust compels you to step out, believing that I will catch you if you fall. Never doubt that I can restore what appears ruined, breathe life into what is withered, and resurrect what is seemingly lost. Because in me, all things are possible, and no word from my mouth shall return void. Rejoice in this assurance. What lies ahead is firmly under my jurisdiction, shaped by my goodness, and reserved for your blessing. Lift up your head, for I am the lifter of your soul, the one who turns mourning into dancing, exchanging sackcloth for garments of praise, and I delight in seeing your spirit rise in joyful expectation. Do not let the shadows of the past weigh you down, nor allow the burdens of the present to cloud your view of tomorrow. For my promise is that weeping may endure for a night, but joy arrives with the dawn. I beckon you to look forward with courage, anticipating how I will fulfill the good work I have started in you, and how I will bring to completion every promise spoken over your life. Let hope plant its roots deep in your heart, knowing that I, your faithful Creator, am at work even when all seems silent, nurturing the seeds of victory that will soon burst forth in radiant bloom. Take my hand and walk forward, for the horizon is bright, and I am leading you step by step toward a future brimming with blessing and peace. Reflect on my servant Abraham, who believed my promise against all odds, trusting my word above visible circumstances and receiving the gift of a son when nature deemed it impossible. Let his faith inspire you to trust that I am not constrained by the limitations you perceive, and that my timeline often differs from your own, yet always manifests at the perfect hour. I want you to know that my plans for you are for good and not for harm, to give you a hopeful future, so do not be discouraged when progress seems slow. Like seeds planted in rich soil, some breakthroughs require a season of hidden growth, but they will inevitably sprout in my appointed time, bearing fruit that far exceeds your expectations. In the meantime, stand upon the rock of my faithfulness, trusting that I will not fail you, and allow hope to fan the flames of your anticipation for the miracles I will unveil. You may question whether your best days are behind you, or whether your mistakes have disqualified you from the fullness of my grace. Yet I assure you that I specialize in rewriting destinies, restoring lost years, and turning regrets into testimonies of redemption. Nothing you have endured is wasted in my economy, for I weave every thread of your journey, both bright and dark, into a masterpiece that reveals my goodness. Relinquish the idea that your past can undo the love I have for you, for my mercy triumphs over judgment, and I am committed to lavishing you with kindness beyond your wildest dreams. When you fix your eyes on my capacity to redeem, you will see that no pain, no misstep, and no detour is insurmountable, because I hold within my hands the power to transform wounds into wonders. Embrace the promise that your future is not a repetition of your past, but a fresh canvas upon which I paint new stories of grace and triumph. Just as I guided the Israelites with a pillar of cloud by day and a pillar of fire by night, so I will guide you through every transition, offering clarity in moments of confusion and direction when you stand at crossroads. Though at times the journey might appear winding, trust that each bend reveals new wisdom, shaping you into the resilient, compassionate, and faith-filled individual I have called you to be. Do not fear stepping into new territories or leaving behind familiar shores, for I, the Lord, have gone before you, preparing the path and appointing blessings to meet you along the way. If doubts arise and whisper that you are too weak for the tasks ahead, recall that my strength is perfected in your weakness, ensuring you lack nothing when you rely upon me. Keep moving forward with confidence, certain that I will illuminate your next step, and that my grace will empower you to flourish in every assignment I entrust to you. Child, do not remain rooted in the disappointments of yesterday, because I am birthing fresh opportunities in your present and igniting the embers of hope for your tomorrow. Though the world may speak only of limitations, I declare expansions of possibility, and though others focus on barriers, I provide a doorway through which you will walk freely into your calling. If you feel your faith waning, remember that even a tiny spark can kindle a great fire, and I stand ready to breathe upon that spark, transforming it into a blaze that consumes every trace of despair. Do not belittle what I can do through you, for I have chosen the weak things of the world to confound the mighty, ensuring that my glory is seen in your reliance upon my power. Let the vision of a bright future guide your thoughts, lifting your spirit above the fray and anchoring you in the steadfast hope of my promises fulfilled. Take a moment to recall the times I have already delivered you from precarious situations, answering prayers when you felt that all hope was gone, and infusing your path with blessings you never anticipated. These past mercies serve as testimonies to my faithfulness, reminders that I do not abandon my beloved, even when the odds appear stacked against them. By reflecting on my previous interventions, you can rest assured that I will continue to move in your life, bringing fresh wind to your sails when you feel you cannot go any further. I have not changed my mind about you, nor have I retracted my promises, so cling to them with unwavering trust, standing firm even when the winds of adversity buffet your soul. Believe that if I did it before, I will do it again, guiding you into a season of renewal, provision, and victory that will exceed your every expectation. My love for you is steadfast and unchanging, shining brighter than the sun's rays and more constant than the stars in the night sky. And I want you to embrace this unassailable truth. My affection for you never weakens. Though you may feel undeserving of such devotion, I have made an everlasting covenant with you through the blood of my Son, ensuring that no power in heaven or on earth can separate you from my love. When you stumble, I reach out to pick you up. When you stray, I seek you out to bring you home. And when you are discouraged, I whisper words of comfort to rekindle your courage. Let no condemnation weigh down your soul, for whom I have called clean, no one can call unclean, and whom I have redeemed, no one can condemn. Stand firm in the certainty that your place in my heart is secure, guarded by a love so profound it defies all human understanding. My precious one, I speak blessings over your life even now, blessings that touch every aspect of your being, your mind, your heart, your family, your relationships, and your endeavors. I long for you to prosper in spirit, soul, and body, flourishing under the canopy of my favor, reflecting the radiance of my presence to all who encounter you. When doors appear locked and resources scarce, recall that I am Jehovah Jireh, your provider, who rains manna in deserts and turns barren places into abundant gardens. My blessing extends beyond mere material provision. It encompasses the deep peace that transcends worry, the joy that triumphs over despair, and the steadfast hope that outlasts every storm. Believe in my power to transform your situations, to restore what was stolen, and to multiply what remains, for I am the God of increase who delights in lavishing my children with goodness. I extend my hand to you in a covenant of peace, declaring that your days of turmoil and fear do not have the final say, for I intend to reign in your life with the tranquility that heaven's courts enjoy perpetually. Let your heart be saturated by the knowledge that I am not only mighty but also gentle, that my voice can roar like thunder but also whisper the softest reassurance, calming the raging seas within you. Accept my gift of stillness, knowing that you do not have to wrestle with every worry alone, nor toil fruitlessly under the yoke of anxiety, because my spirit provides rest for your weary soul. Trust in my ability to mend relationships, to soothe your anxious thoughts, and to speak harmony into chaos. For my peace surpasses human logic, standing guard over your mind and your emotions. Walk with calm confidence, ever mindful that my peaceful presence is your stronghold, an unbreakable fortress in a tumultuous world. Today I reaffirm to you, my beloved, that I will never let you go, for I have ingrained you into my plan and sealed you with my commitment to watch over you through every season, every challenge, and every joy. When the path ahead looks uncertain, cling to the truth that I do not abandon my own, but rather lead them step by step into the fullness of their calling. I bless you and your loved ones, speaking light over any darkness that seeks to take root, and I vow to protect your household with the shield of my loving kindness. Stand tall in my power, for you carry my spirit within you, enabling you to overcome obstacles and radiate kindness to those around you, revealing my kingdom wherever you tread. Go forth in serenity and strength, trusting that my endless affection accompanies you, and that I, the Lord your God, am orchestrating all things for your ultimate good. My child, my love is written across every sunrise, every blossom in the field, and every promise in Scripture that whispers of my devotion to you. So open your eyes to the gentle reminders of my presence. When sorrow speaks louder than joy and doubts overshadow your faith, allow these tokens of my creative love to remind you that I paint hope across the skies in countless ways. Step forward in the confidence that I have already declared victory over the forces that wage war against your soul, and you need only to stand in the strength of my name to see their defeat. As you journey onward, recall that my word never returns void, and the seeds of truth I have planted in your heart will surely bear fruit in due season, testifying of my unfailing goodness. Embrace the promise that the very best is yet to unfold, for I am leading you forward with unwavering love and immeasurable grace. As you press into tomorrow, do so with the certainty that I, the Lord of all creation, stand beside you, championing your cause, healing your wounds, and declaring my undying affection for you. Your questions, your hopes, and even your fears rest safely in my hands, for I look upon you with the tenderness of a parent who would move heaven and earth to ensure the well-being of their beloved child. I urge you to cast every doubt into the fire of my truth, to allow each anxious thought to be consumed by my assurance that nothing can separate you from my love. Trust in the strength of the cross and the power of the resurrection, believing wholeheartedly that I have already secured for you a future shining with promise, purpose, and everlasting joy. Now walk forward in my peace, hold fast to my word, and lift your head high, for you are sealed in my grace, and the best chapters of your journey are about to be written.